So the Zero Tolerance Project is running in partnership with our student union here, and the project's purpose is to kind of create a culture of zero tolerance to sexual harassment and violence across the campus. And the objectives for the project are to kind of review our policies. We kind of want to create new reporting platforms and support networks for people that have experienced sexual assault and violence, create kind of promotional campaign materials, as well as, just kind of creating that entire cultural awareness and education, including training such as consent workshops and bystander training. There are those policies in place, so they've kind of got that, what's the word, kind of, they know that they've got that kind of security, that there's a policy there in place and that kind of help. I think like clear support networks in place for anybody who's experienced it, and different kind of reporting platforms, and for all those things to be clear. I think though it's really important that it's not just about what's done in employment in higher education, it's about what's done prior to that as well. I think a lot of the time now, people at young ages, they have lack of education. The Department of Education's sex education and kind of education around healthy relationships is really outdated, and they're now reviewing it for the first time in nearly 20 years. So at the minute, young people get really outdated education. So sometimes they're coming to university and they've not even kind of heard about consent before or anything to do with healthy relationships. So I think it's also about the early intervention, what can be done prior to employment in higher. So in Leeds, the local rape crisis service is called Sarsville, and that is specifically for women and girls. And they provide counselling, emotional support, any kind of advice to help people regain control, kind of explaining legal options. And then there's the West Yorkshire SARC, which is, as I've just said, the Sexual Assault Referral Centre, which can help people with the forensic medical examinations, and if they wanted to make a police report at a later date. And then on the kind of rape crisis websites, you'll be able to find where there's other local, for men and boys or the LGBT communities, if there's other like support services available.